Hello everybody, this is Brad from Johnson Small Engines working on a D110. Just want to show you in slow motion how to take off the mower deck. I just did a small video on how to take a mower deck off in less than a minute, and I impressed the heck out of myself and did it in 33 seconds. So anyway, this is D100. It's got a 42-inch deck. It's pretty easy to take these decks off if you have either a driveway, or something that slides on. It's a lot easier to do it on a driveway because the deck will slide real easy. So inside your garage or on a driveway would be perfect. So first thing I do when I take off a mower deck is I take the mower deck belt down off the engine pulley. So we're gonna go in here, and they have these U-holder bracket, okay? This belt has to be between these brackets. So I always say take pictures, but make sure that this belt goes back between these brackets right here. When you engage the mower deck, when you put it back on, I always double check by engaging the mower deck belt and looking how it goes around the pulleys just to make sure I'm not rubbing against something. A lot of people tend to put them on the outside of these. So you want to pull the belt off, and usually it'll just go right between the engine pulley and the bracket. And the other side I do just by flipping it with my hand. You can go around the other side, but we're on this side right now. And then I go to the arms. They go from the frame down to the mower deck, and I take it off of the top. And you see how this pin is facing backwards. I like the pins to face backwards or towards the rear of the machine for one reason, is that if you face them the other way when you put it back on, and let's just say you're moving forward and you hit a branch or something comes up in here, it'll actually push them out. So at least this way, if you hit something, it'll push them in. And 90% of the time we're going in forward, not reverse. So you usually you won't lose them if you have them facing this way if you hit something. So you pull the pin out. There's usually a washer on one of these. You make sure you don't lose this stuff. Put the bracket down onto the deck. So you're taking it off of the frame, not off of the mower deck. Then you go to the rear, and there's a big bracket here. Now this bracket on a lot of newer machines is adjustable for here if you're doing a deck level. It's really nice. And just remember how this goes. I always say the bracket faces backward, just like the pin should face backward, but this bracket here, you can turn these around and then they'll face one way or the other. And also make a note on what side this is on. All right, this is on the outside. Some people put them on the inside, and then they're trying to get all this stuff back up and together again. It doesn't right. So this video will also help you. You can look back on it and see exactly how it's sitting, and it's sitting correct right now. So I'm going to take the pin out. Sometimes you need a pair of pliers, but I was able to get this off with just my fingers. Big washer, got to make sure that goes back on. And then I just slide this off, and the deck should just drop down, and it does. Now I take these off because you can take them off most of the time unless they're bent up, and they have a little, just how you put in there and you slide it up, make sure it's that way. When I take these off, I normally will get a black magic marker and put right, as you can see, R for right and L for left if you're sitting on a tractor, and that just means that I put them back where I got them from, so the adjustment won't be too far off. All right, I'm gonna move around to the other side. We have a bracket in the front here. I'm going to bring my flashlight around real quick. This is just a bracket in the front. This has a pretty nice, I like these pins because they lock very nicely, but they're kind of a pain to get out sometimes, so you got to wiggle and jiggle. That pin right there, that's a John Deere pin, and they're very nice. They usually have a washer on the front. It keeps all the wear and tear down. Push that out. I'm holding the deck up a little bit, so there's not a whole lot of weight on that, so that just fell right out. I definitely recommend taking these out of the front of the tractor. The reason being, if you go backwards and these things are down, you might jackknife it and bend them. So it's a little bit of a puzzle, but you can just pull them out, and that's the way they are. And then you put up on a footrest or wherever you're going to put it, so you don't run it over if you drive backwards, so it's not hanging down. And of course my pins up here. All right, so then we have the left side bracket up here. Pin is facing the correct way. Take the pin out and the washer, and then you pull the bracket off that hanger. Now actually, okay, so now we have, you got to take your cable, your adjustment cable for it's not adjustment cable, it's actually your blade engagement cable. This has to come off. There's a pin usually on it. Sometimes there are, sometimes they're not. You pull the pin out of the bracket, and then you pull the cable up out of it, and then try to get some light in here. And then what you want to do is, this one's the newer style. You're going to pull up, pull that spring right out of its hole. Just make sure that you remember it goes back in there, like that. and then you put it back on like that, put the pin back in, okay? So we take it out, pull the spring up in the air, it'll come out. Some of them are shaped like a U, this one is not, a little different. And then you just pull it out of the way. Now, then we go to the back hanger, right here, pull the pin out, washer off, drop this down, drop your mower deck down. I take these out, just make sure you put them back in. And that's pretty much it. Then you can just slide the deck out. I usually slide the deck out chute side first, not sure why, but I think it works out better that way. And here you have the finished product. Mower deck is out. Whatever you need to do to it, you can do to it now. And it's nice and easy to get to. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I hope this helped you guys out, and thanks for watching.